Hello, everybody. It's another week here and another day of stitching. I have to record this the same day you guys are watching this, so it's pretty early in the morning, and I'm trying to get this completely done. Trying a new setup here, and I'm not sure if I like it. I feel like there's too much stuff in my road, and I'm not sure it's going to work. But we're going to give it a go here. This needs to move farther out this way. This needs to move farther this way. And then, I'm sorry if I'm making you guys dizzy. I'm trying my best here. Nope. All right, I gotta pause this. I gotta readjust this the way it used to be. Hello, everybody. I tried to move my camera mount around to see if we could get some sort of a better angle here. And guess what I found out? Nope. The way that I've always had it set up works the best. So I'm just not going to mess with it now. And it's currently kind of sort of in my road. Let's see if I can. That'll work. Quit messing with your stuff, Brittany. You found the way it works best. Quit moving it. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that goes here. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that'll be... Check everything against this pattern. I have finished Lockapotty. She's done. There's nothing else I need to do with her. So she's finished. So now it's on to, set that over there. Cathedral Wood Goddess, and to see if I can finish this one. Everything is bouncing around. Nothing is going right this week. It has been a mess in the Hutton household. I had Vincent Monday and Tuesday, and I mean, he was pretty darn good. Didn't give me any trouble. Nothing. He was a little angel. So, but today is just, it's not gone right. I did end up going to my doctor's. I definitely have bronchitis, and because of my last scan with my white blood cells and everything else, they put me on a steroid, and then we actually have a nebulizer here, so they just gave me the medication for the nebulizer machine. My husband tends to get pneumonia constantly, so we ended up just buying a nebulizer so we didn't have to keep renting one through our insurance. We were able to buy one through our insurance, which ends up being cheaper because I mean, at least twice a year he's been getting pneumonia. and we'd have to pay significant co-pays to rent the machine. And it was probably about 5 years ago that we just went ahead and bought one through the insurance. I mean, it ended up being like $500, I think it was, that we had to pay. It's been so long. But, by just going ahead and paying for the darn thing, in the last 5 years, I mean, I think we've saved, with copays and everything else, right now, I think it's like $100 and some that we've saved so far. But we take really good care of it, and there's nothing wrong with it. So I'm sure, who knows how long it'll last. So I'm sure by the time of, you know, the life of it, we'll probably have saved a whole lot more money. So we'll see. But yeah, so I've been doing the nebulizer treatments, and taking my steroids. I'm almost done with those. I think I have two more days left of those. It's just a week's worth. That's not the right hole. And I'm already seeing significant improvement in the sense of, like, I'm not coughing as much. I can definitely feel that the stuff in my lungs are breaking up really well. So versus where before it was like I was coughing and coughing and coughing, but it wasn't breaking anything up at all. I could feel it rattling around in my chest, but it wasn't. How do you describe that? I think anybody that's had a upper respiratory infection that's turned into bronchitis would understand that, like, you can tell the difference whenever you cough of whenever it's breaking it apart, and when it's just sort of, you know, shifting around, and it's not really like moving in your chest. So it's been definitely feeling better now. Yesterday was my nephew Cyrus's birthday. His 21st birthday. And I made him a homemade cake. I made him, make sure there's nothing else down there. It's called an apple dapple cake. It has actual apples in the cake. And then it has kind of like, you don't stick icing. I mean, I guess you could stick icing on top of it, but I wouldn't, because it has sort of like a caramelized sauce that you can put on top of it. But I made him that for his birthday, as well as made him a birthday dinner. He wanted taco salad, so we had taco salad for dinner. Which one do I need to pull? And I painted my nails. These are actually my real nails. But really haven't been up to too much. I've been watching a TV show that it's on TLC that I used to watch it years upon years ago, but it had, like, I think when it first came out, I watched it because I thought, oh, that's interesting. It's called Sister Wives, and I watched it for quite a few seasons, and then just sort of, I don't know, life got busy and stopped watching. I don't know. I preferred to watch, I was watching Bones and Supernatural and Lucifer, The Ranch. What else were we out there watching? No, you get back in there. But just watching all sorts of things. And it was just, I'm not a big one to watch reality TV, but I found that show kind of interesting because it's a show about polygamist and a guy who has multiple wives and things like that, and it looks like everything's just sort of falling apart. 1, 2. But I hadn't watched it in, I mean, a really, really, really long time. And a couple of my friends were talking about it, and I thought, well, I haven't seen it in a long time, so maybe I should see what's going on. And it's like I don't know, when the last time I remember watching it, like, he wasn't a pompous jerk, and now he's just kind of this jerk, and like, I feel really bad for his children and stuff, but he's losing a bunch of his wives, and I don't know, I just think it's absolutely crazy how, I mean, gosh, I think the last time I watched it, it might have been like, I think they finally got all their houses in Las Vegas, and like, it seemed like they had this like perfect setup, and they were all living close by. Like, I don't know, it just seemed pretty happy. I forget which children graduated, but that was the last time like I had watched the show, really. So I was just kind of surprised at how much it had changed. 1, 2, 3, there's 4. And it was just amazing. We got to go over and see Grandma Joanne last Friday. It rained and has been cold and miserable all weekend, so there was no chance to get out there and finish taking down. We had to take down her hostas and her snowball bush and clean up her leaves in our yard, and that's it. And we would have been wrapped up and ready. Everything would have been done and ready for winter. But of course, it had to be yucky out. So, hopefully, although it's supposed to be calling for rain again this Friday, but hopefully it won't, because all the drywall, all the stacks of drywall we had at the house we're renovating, it's gone. We've used it all up, and almost the entire upstairs now is drywalled. And I gotta call the mudder and have him come in and start getting the upstairs mudded, so that can be started. We need to go over 3. 1, 2, 3. I believe that's right. Yep. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So definitely making progress on that house. And our nephew that's been with us helping and learning how to do different things the entire time and things like that, he was like, wow, it really feels like we've got somewhere now. And it's like, yeah, the stuff that you don't see takes a long time to do. So, I mean, it feels like you're getting nowhere and you're getting nowhere, but you're completing these very, very important tasks that, you know, need to get done. But because, you know, it doesn't create a significant change, you know, it does, for the longest time, it feels like you're getting nowhere. So now getting that drywall up and stuff like that, he's like, man, I finally feel like we're getting somewhere. And it's like, yeah, it feels that way. And then because we moved all that plaster and everything else and put, because when we bought that house, it had a layer of drywall and then a layer of the plaster on the wall. It created, the walls, we measured it in one spot. It was like, almost like 2 inches of, you know, just that wall space. So because we've taken all that down and are just putting the drywall in, we've got a lot of space now. Where am I? And the hallway was kind of a tight pinch, and then we removed all that stuff, and I was like, actually, this hallway, excuse me, not too bad. And I got to mark off some of these stitches here so I don't get lost. And now that the drywall is going back up, I mean, it's a pretty decent sized hallway now. Like, it's not so cramped in there. Because you figure you have about an inch and, well, I guess the wall thickness is about 1.5 inches, but you have 1.5 inches on each side of the walls, which means you're missing a whole 3 inches of your wall. And now that we have just 1/2 inch drywall up, you know, you're only taking 1 inch, so that means you have an extra full 2 inches in that room. So, I mean, it's just like, you wouldn't think that would make that much of a difference, but it does. So yeah, we're just noticing as we go through a lot of those rooms upstairs, they're like, actually, there's a lot more room in this house than we thought. But it'll be a perfect place for my mother-in-law. And I'm excited to get to this point where we can paint and hang all the fixtures. And I gotta call the mudder, and I gotta see when he can come in and start hold on, I gotta orient myself on where I need to be here. Right there. And can you guys even see that needle there? Not really. There it is. See how fast he can get in. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that way we can hopefully have him mudding the entire upstairs, because it's going to need a couple coats of the mud and everything. So hopefully he can work the entire upstairs, and we can finish doing putting there's the drain for the tub and the sink that needs to go in, I think, for upstairs yet. But we need that bathroom mudded. No, I don't think so. I don't remember. My husband said something about the bathroom needed mudded so he can do something or other. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to him half the time because he's usually talking gibberish to me and I don't understand it. Actually, I think we're going to count from this spot. But that's really the last thing that needs done, so that way we can start drywalling that tire downstairs. But my husband wanted to get the kitchen and the dining room completely drywalled, because there's nothing left in there that we need to do. It's ready to be completely drywalled there, both of those two rooms. So he wants to leave the living room for last. Drywall those two so that way as soon as our mother's done doing the upstairs, he can start going in those two rooms. And by the time he makes it downstairs, we should have the 2 drains that need to be ran in that living room done. So that way, it'll take us not even a day to drywall that entire living room, because you got to do the ceiling and the walls. And then as soon as that's done, excuse me, as soon as that is done, like, he can just mud the entire downstairs. And as he's mudding the entire downstairs, we'll go upstairs and we'll do of course, all the white down on the drywall, and super clean up all the floors and everything else of all the dust, and clean all that stuff up so that way we can place in the bathtub and the toilet and the vanity, and then that'll be ready to go. Well, I mean, we'll paint first and then put that stuff in, do any touch-ups we need to do, and then paint the entire upstairs, get that done, and then we can, by the time we get that all done, I mean, if he's not done mudding at that point, we can, let me count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that is 7. So we can lay the flooring down. Well, once he gets the, I mean, if he's not done mudding the downstairs, then we can get, like I said, all the walls and stuff painted upstairs, and get that surround put in, get the tub put in, get the toilet put in permanently, get everything put in permanently there. And then if we get all that achieved, if everything's, you know, painted and everything else, then we can start putting all the light fixtures in that need to go in, and get the flooring put in. Like, there's still lots of stuff left to do, but nothing that's going to take an exorbitant amount of time. I am really, really hoping that we have her in by the American Thanksgiving, which will be the last Thursday in November. It's always the last Thursday in November. So, I mean, I'd look and see what date that is, but it gives us over a month. And I feel like we could definitely achieve that. So it's just this push, but I do have to call the it's just my best friend's husband who muds. He's really good at it, and see if we can get him in there and get this done, because I am ready to just, I mean, in all honesty, because we've been going for since June, every single day of the week. I mean, when we get this project completely finished and we can just relax and spend more family time together, like nice family time, instead of, you know, I mean, I know it's still nice family time, you know, teaching kids how to do different kind of things, but I mean, like, relaxing family time. I think it's going to be a real big shock to our systems, because we've been going like crazy. But I think it'll be nice. I'm ready to just relax. I guess we still have all the doors and stuff to install everywhere too. That'll be fun. I need this. But, I'm really getting excited to finish this house. Like, I mean, we won't get to, the front porch has to still be done yet. And, we have to set out new pillars for it, and it has to be completely taken apart and redone. And we're not getting it to it this year. And, we'll fix that in the spring. No big deal. It still functions for right now. It's not going to hurt anything for it to be the way it is until springtime comes around. So it won't be that big of a deal. And I can't wait to get this thing. I mean, it'll be when she moves in there. For right now, we're just focusing on, like I said, we got the roof done. We're focusing on the inside so we can get her in there. And that's the important part right now. We'll fix that front porch. There is a little wee tiny, it's more like a lean-to garage. It's not really a garage. But, that's going to need fixed up at some point too. And we'll get there. But for right now, I'm just focusing on the areas that are most important. And we got those 2 ginormous trees out back cut down. But they are laying in the backyard because I thought they were supposed to be taken away when they cut them down. But apparently my husband didn't realize that the removal wasn't part of the quote. So now we've got to figure out what to do with it. And we have a lot of family that have outdoor furnaces, and a lot of them are like, oh yeah, I want it, but no one's come over and, cut it the rest of the way, chopped it up into movable pieces and taken it out. So I'm having a feeling that I'm going to have to borrow a chainsaw from somebody. We're going to have to go out there, chop it all up, probably rent a truck and move it. Which will be a whole lot of fun. Not really. I'm not looking forward to that part. But it is what it is. Cam's got to go up for her shot soon. She just needs a distemper shot and then Bordetella, I believe. I don't think there's anything else she needs. I believe so. I think so. These guys will be going to the groomer soon too. Where is Theo at? He's not sitting up here with me. I thought he was, but... And I was sitting funny in a certain way, thinking that he was up here with me, and he's not up here with me. And he's not laying down on my couch. He must be upstairs in someone's bed. It's the only thing that makes sense. But, like I said, I got Lock-A-Potty done. And now Cathedral Wood Goddess is, I've almost got all of the regular floss. So everything from here over is, we've got the regular floss, we've got the water lily stitched, and I've got the metallic stitched. From here over, I've got all the, no, there's still a little bit of regular floss that goes, like, there's a little bit here and a little bit up here, just like small portions like this. But like I said, really small portion of the regular floss. But I needed to stitch in, this is the Karen water lilies here and here. I needed to stitch these in because it would have been too far of a jump for these little pieces of the regular floss that needed to go in. But as soon as I've got this little bit of a tree leaf here, and there's one that goes here, and then one long one, a leaf bushel here that goes here. And then that's it for the Karen water lilies on this portion. And then I'll stitch in all the regular floss. And then I'll be on to the last portion of the bottom, which is only what I think, it's 40 stitches high by however long. What is this pattern? A little over 160 wide. But for the most part, I mean, it'll be done. I mean, I'm trying to think, when did I finish Lakapati? I feel like I finished her over the weekend. And I can't remember what day. Maybe Saturday, I think it was, that I finished her. So I mean, I've only been stitching on her a couple days. And I've made it pretty darn far. And I believe on this bottom half, the back stitching on it, I believe, is all just one color. I don't remember there. I'll have to double check. But I think there's very minimal back stitching that will need to be completed. So, I mean, I should have her finished. And I'm going to give myself a week. Ooh, I might need longer than that because the Bella Filipina sow comes out on the 15th. And I want to stay up to date with that, but it doesn't take me as long to stitch that Bella Filipina sow. Only a couple days. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll finish this one first and then stitch on that Bella Filipina sow. Decisions that I don't necessarily want to make, but are important to make. I guess today's the 11th. It comes out in 4 days. I guess I'll see how close I am to finishing this first. Because if I'm really close to finishing this, I don't see a point of switching out unless I have to. Excuse me. I'm starting to run short on this floss. Oh, again. I can really hear the wind whipping outside. I wonder if you guys, I doubt you guys can hear it, but I can hear it. It sounds pretty nasty out there. It wasn't too bad. I think I'm gonna end this thread because I don't think there's much more I can get out of this. And you guys can barely see what I'm doing here. Okay. That's got to be a little better. I shouldn't have messed with my setup. Shouldn't have done it, but I did. Now I know better. There we go. Gonna end that thread there. Guess I played a little bit of thread chicken there. Not intending to. That's not bad. It's a tiny piece of little thread chicken there. Smallest little piece of thread left. I gotta quit bumping into that. There we go. Click this and just zoom you guys in. Oh, there we go. Instead of smacking my head off it, go that way. Pick another piece of floss here. Oh, we'll just go this way. I don't really have much to talk about this week, really. I mean, there hasn't been much going on. Not much of anything, really. Oh, I need to mark off some stitches here because I'm getting a little lost. Okay, I've stitched that. Stitch that, stitch that. Stitched all this. Okay. Now I can see where I'm at. Oh, this is going to be funny because I'm going to jump around here a bit and not complete this one leaf that I just started here. And I want to start you from this side. going to go this way. Just so it makes it easier when I go and do the set of leaves to start going down this way. How many over is that? 4. But there really hasn't been much going on at all. So maybe you guys can ask me some things you want to know down below. Whether or not it's about my family, or, you know, leave some questions for me down below. And then maybe my next video, I can do sort of a Q&A, answer some questions for you guys and give you guys some answers that I might have, or stuff. So next week, if there's not much going on, I have some things I can talk to you guys about. Because currently, right now, my brain is dry of things to speak about. I was really, really excited, though, whenever I finished Luckapotty. Which is funny because, I mean, she was started in March, maybe? So it wasn't even like she's been around for a while or anything. But I like seeing the finishes. When will I get time to FFO her? I don't know, because my plan is to have quite a few of these stitched up and ready to be FFO'd, and I don't have any frames for them, and I don't have any particular homes or anything they're going to, so I'm pretty sure they're going to be staying at my home. So I don't have anything ordered for them. So I guess we will see what happens with these ones that I finish, because I gotta get frames ordered for them before anything else. So I'm not sure when I'll get to FFOing them, because right now I wanna crank out some finishes here and see how many I can get done before the end of the year. And I'm not sure how many that'll be. I believe. No. I just stitched all that and it's wrong. Son of a gun. That's what happens because I'm not marking them off. Darn it. I guess at least I notice now when it's just a couple stitches and not a whole bunch of stitches, because that would be sad and disappointing. Theo, you are over there. How the heck did you blend in on the couch? And now we got the hospital has their mower over there mowing their big old giant hayfield. See, there used to be, the middle school used to sit right across the street from us. And I don't need to take out all these. Just that one. And I can fix it from here. And, that got tore down quite a few years ago now. I want to say 6 years ago. And then the hospital bought that property. And they've done no developing on it at all. But there's been construction going on at our hospital now for a little over a year. But the hospital doesn't have that. I mean, it's a large plot of land mowed very often. So every time they come over to mow it, it literally looks like a hayfield. I mean, it is. I want to say this might be the third time it's been mowed this year. Maybe fourth. And that's it. Do this. Bring you guys in a little closer. And shift you guys that way some. So when they go over there and mow it, it's always really, really loud. And because of how large it is, they have usually 2 zero turns going at one time, and it usually takes them all day to mow it. Almost back where I was before I screwed up. But, we are getting there. So you guys might hear the lawnmower going. I'm not sure yet. I won't know until I edit this thing, which doesn't take me long. And now the furnace is going. It has been getting very, very, very stinking cold here already. And it's like, oh no. Like, if it's getting cold this... Like, I won't be surprised if for trick-or-treating, our children are out trick-or-treating in high 40s, low 50 degree weather. Wouldn't be surprised at all. There's a fuzz in this one spot, and it's going to bug me. There we go. Not fuzzy anymore. Double check and make sure I'm stitching the right stinking leaf here. So, I'm really getting a move on though on Cathedral Wood Goddess. I mean, the last time I showed it to you guys, I believe it was here up that was, I mean, it was only at the halfway mark. And now I would say it's at like the what would I say it's at now? Let's say 3/4. It's about 3/4 of the way done. Because this thing isn't too bead heavy on the bottom part of this dress. So it really shouldn't take me too long to stitch it, put beads in or anything. All right. I'm going to move this and back it out and take this there we go. And of course now my belly's grumbling. I don't know if you guys heard that. It says, hey, it's almost breakfast time. It's time to eat some breakfast. And I think today I might make myself a sunny side up egg and an English muffin and make me an egg sandwich with that, because that sounds pretty good right now. Oh man, I really don't have much else to tell you guys. But look at these nails. I painted them all on my own. And like if you can see where the nail polish is growing out some, because I don't want it on the cuticle. So like it's like shiny, and then bam, natural nail. And it's almost time to do my nebulizer treatment as well. Gonna get that done. Get all the things finished. I think I'll go until I finish this piece of thread. We'll do it that way, which won't be much longer because this thread is pretty much done. But it hasn't been an exciting week. Although Abby finally let me take the brace completely off of her leg so she can shower, which her doctor said she could do that. She's just sitting on the shower chair. It's staying straight anyways. It just means I don't have to bag the gosh darn thing. And that's that. But that is the end of that thread. So, thanks for watching, guys, again this week. Please like and subscribe and share with other people. Let's get more people in on this action. And leave me some questions if you have any down below. You can ask me anything. If it's too personal, I might choose not to answer it. But I'm pretty much an open book. I don't really have much to hide. But you guys can ask me anything you want to. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.